Hello, it's Mrs. Giordano. Welcome to the Alphabet Adventure Webquest. This Webquest was designed to help students develop early literacy skills, such as being able to identify upper and lower case letters and their sounds, being able to read emergent texts, and eventually being able to use both pictures and words to create stories. Parents, you'll want to move through the Webquest with your child to make sure they're comfortable before allowing them to move through the activities on their own. You'll start your journey through the alphabet with the Super Y readers here on the Welcome page and then move through the Webquest using the tabs here on the left-hand side. The introduction just gives you basically an introduction to who the Super Y kids are. This is Super Y, and all of his friends are excited about learning how to read. So they're going to kind of go along on this journey with students as they become readers themselves. Um, and then here's another one of the Super Y readers, Alpha Pig. Here on the task page, students are introduced to what it is they'll be doing throughout the activities on the Webquest, which is visiting websites that they've learned about in school and that they'll learn about here to discover the letters of the alphabet and the sounds they make. They will play online games to practice what they've learned and then work at home with a family member to create an alphabet book of their own, which will then enable them to be able to feel confident to work with a website called littlebirdtales.com to create stories both at school and at home later on. So once you've had a chance to look at the task, you'll want to move on to the Process tab. And this really walks students through the websites that I'd like them to use. The first two that you'll see here are Starfall and abcmouse.com. I'm going to go through each website just a little bit, and then we'll come back here to the WebQuest and look at a few other websites that have some games that may be a little more challenging, and then maybe the culminating activity that students will be asked to complete. So we'll go to Starfall first. Here at Starfall, students can move through the letters of the alphabet at their own pace. And when you click on the letters of the alphabet, there will be animations that help students get a chance to practice identifying both the uppercase and the lowercase version of the letter. They'll hear the letter used in words and hear the sound of the letter repeated. And usually at the end there's a little assessment in the form of a game that students can play to demonstrate what they've learned throughout the animation. So I'll just click on one to give you a quick idea of what that looks like.
A. A.
There's easy buttons that help guide the student through the animation.
A.
And students can click on the letters when they see the little hands show up to hear the letter said again and used in a word.
A. Apple. A. Apples. A. Apples.
Okay, and then once students are go all the way through the rest of the activities and the assessment at the end, there's you can click on the X in the right hand corner and go ahead to explore some other letters.
Goodbye.
Okay, the next website I have for you here is abcmouse.com. Students will need their login information, which they'll receive in school and will be sent home early in the school year. And then there'll be plans tailored for them that they can work through, but I'm going to go through the basics section for you now. Once they're logged in, students will have a home page. They can visit their classroom. They can change their avatar to make it more personalized. And the area that I'm asking them to maybe focus on first is the
Go to
basics section.
basics.
Click on a letter below to practice that letter.
As you can see, it's somewhat similar to Starfall. Students will click on a letter.
B, balloon.
Students earn tickets as they complete activities, and there are many activity choices to choose from over here on the right. These are just for the letter B. Every letter has their own choices of words and chants and books to read that go along with that letter and sound. So students move through seeing a picture, hearing the letter used in a word. They can click on the letter and the syllables.
Balloon.
They can,
Record your voice.
they can also record themselves.
Balloon. Record your voice. Balloon.
And then they simply click down here to move through all the activities in the lesson.
B is for balloon. B, baby.
So there's many different interactive ways that students get a chance to explore the letter. And this is what we want to see the students working with. Then, of course, once they've completed their learning with each letter, they can go back to the classroom.
Click on the whiteboard to get started on your first lesson. Welcome back to the wetlands environment. Click on number 1.
Okay, and then this goes through many subjects, not just literacy. There's science, art, music, and math, but there are some videos that are a lot of fun. We'll be using them in school to reinforce the letters as well. So that's just a little bit about abcmouse.com. We're going to go back to the Webquest to see the remainder of the activities students will be asked to work through. Students have completed some of the learning activities that Starfall and ABC Mouse. They can go ahead and play some further reinforcement and assessment games at the PBS Kids website. These may be a little more challenging, but they can be leveled, most of them easy, medium, hard, so as your student does advance through their skills, they can still be challenged, and it's a good way for us to see either what they're struggling with or what we need to challenge them with even further. And then finally, students are going to be asked to create an alphabet book of their own at home. We're going to go back to Starfall to a different page that has downloadable pages you can use at home to create your own customized alphabet book. You can use all of the pages for each letter. You can use ones that your child really enjoys working with. And I do encourage you to make it fun at home. Yes, we want the students to be able to write the letters, traditionally with pencil, but have your child practice painting or coloring or using Play-Doh. Even some wiki sticks are a fun tool to use when practicing the letter formation, and then make it fun like a game with your child to have them read the words that the letter is used in, and of course practice saying the sounds. So I'm going to take you there just so you can see what those pages look like. And if you scroll down, you'll see that you can either open up the pages by each letter, or you can download the entire set of pages, but I'm just going to go to one for now. And again, choose which ones your child is most interested in working with to practice. The only one I'm asking that we print out that has to be included is this page, because I would like to see the students practicing using their letter to create a word and use it in a sentence with inventive spelling. That's fine. And to practice including a picture, as we're helping our students become storytellers by including both pictures and sentences. Students have created their alphabet book at home. They'll be asked to choose their maybe their favorite letter or word that they created a picture for and a sentence for, and then they'll be sharing that with the class in a a class account that I've created on Little Bird Tales. And here we will be creating an online version of an alphabet book that we can share with friends and family um, all over. So this will be the first step in helping our students become authors, and then eventually students will have their own accounts to create their own books online. Um, but we want them to have the practice first in the group setting, and then let them become more independent on their own with this website. So the final thing I'd like to show you on the Webquest after you've gone through the process is how students will be evaluated. And there is a rubric that goes through the evaluation process with, were students able to follow the directions? Can they identify the letters of the alphabet, the sounds, and how well were they able to create a sentence and complete the oral reading of their book in our online version of the alphabet book. Another rubric we'll be using in school is this kindergarten writing rubric by Susan Lee. This reinforces the idea that stories can include both pictures and words, and so we're moving our students to make sure that our pictures have lots of color and detail, that they tell the story along with the sentences that the students try to create, and it'll be great to see our students as they move along throughout the year, the detail that they're able to add into their sentences. So I hope that this tutorial has been helpful in giving an overview of what the Webquest will be used for and how to move through the process of using it. If you have any questions at any time on how to use the Webquest, or why we're using it, or other activities in the classroom, please don't hesitate to contact me by email or by phone. And I hope to see you again soon outside the classroom and in as well. Happy reading!